Daniel writes, I would like Mr. Cornette's opinion on the handling of a finish of a match when the performer who is supposed to win gets injured badly enough that the match needs to come to a sudden stop. My beef has always been with going for the scheduled ending of the injured wrestler going on top, written this way. One of the most famous examples being the Steve Austin-Owen Hart match where the former suffered a neck injury, all because of how phony it looks. Couldn't the other guy win with a change of storyline accordingly, or quite simply end the match as a no contest? Could it be from fear that in doing so, someone wanting to keep their title could deliberately injure the other guy to retain? I think we've gone past that one at this point, although that did happen in years gone by, that somebody would hurt somebody on purpose just to weasel out of a situation. I'm sure that was in the Buddy Rogers playbook. At least if you listen to Bruno Sammartino, he'll say that. The first time I ever saw a match where I could tell something was amiss. This match is actually on the DVD that accompanies Tuesday Night at the Gardens, A History of Pro Wrestling in Louisville, by myself and that lovely and talented individual, Mark James. Because it's one of the few remaining matches that were filmed on 16 millimeter film in the Gardens and still exist. That's why we put it on the DVD that accompanies the book. Order today at jimcornette.com. However, it was Ray Candy and Tommy Gilbert. Tommy's Eddie's father, obviously. Ray Candy was a journeyman babyface at that point in time. Big black guy from Florida. Later on was a heel in the Zambui Express with Bad Leroy Brown. But anyway, Ray Candy and Tommy Gilbert against Crazy Luke Graham, and another heel that worked briefly in the mid-'70s. I don't ever know what happened to him, but just his name was very plain, John Rogers. John Rogers. That was a very a puffy name for a heel, John Rogers. Anyway, Tommy Gilbert picks John Rogers up for a vertical suplex. And Tommy Gilbert gave a great vertical suplex. I have to think, and on reviewing the DVD, that this was the inexperience of this Rogers fellow. That imagine he's got him straight up and he's about to go backwards, but Rogers, not knowing where the fuck he's going or how to take it, apparently goes over backwards before Tommy starts taking him, right? He just said, fuck it, I'm going. And he ended up, it looked like a goddamn pocket knife folding up the wrong way when Rogers's feet hit the mat before Tommy Gilbert had even fallen down, but Tommy was falling backwards. And the point is, Rogers fell on his fucking leg and broke his leg right in two, right there in the middle of God and everybody in the Louisville Gardens. And him and Luke were supposed to win. Well, Tommy turns over and starts to do something, and it quickly, it seems like forever, but quickly, I'm sure it became obvious that John Rogers was not going to get back up. And there's an element of, here comes Crazy Luke Graham in to do something and draw the referee, and he gets in a thing with Ray Candy and blah, 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 and Rogers ain't going to get up, and they got to figure out something. In some way or another, they maneuver around to where Luke Graham reaches in with his gimmick thumb and fucking hits, I think, either Tommy Gilbert or Ray Candy, whichever one it was, and boom, and Rogers with the goddamn broken leg gets an arm over. But that was a situation where, what the fuck, when something like that happens, there's always an element of awkwardness. And in this case, the guy probably that had just got his leg broken was going to be the winner. So you have to call an audible, and they got around it. With Steve Austin and Owen Hart, I don't blame those guys, because it wasn't a situation where it was a broken leg. It would have been better if it had been, but on a broken bone, you instantly know, okay, this guy's fucked. Whatever. I can't regain my feet, but with a stinger, which is what they thought it was at the time, you can be permanently fucking immobilized, or you can have all the feeling come back in your extremities in the next 10 seconds. They didn't know what to fuck. And there's Owen was experienced. He knew he had to lose. He's trying to figure out something. He's given the guy a second. I think Austin had never had that happen before to him, so he's trying to figure out what's going on. And it did look really bad. In hindsight, instead of Owen arguing with the referee and backing up and tripping over Steve, who could barely hook the leg, The only other way I think out of it would have been if Owen had gone to pick him up and just grabbed one of Steve's arms and put himself in a small package, just rolled right into it. And even then, I don't know what the fuck, because, but that was worldwide television pay-per-view. And, that's a big decision to make on the sperm of the moment. So every situation is different, but it's not, in that case, it's not as easy to switch gears in midstream or to come up with something on the fly as you would think it might be. In some cases, it is. I mean, this has happened in a variety of fucking instances, where, it ain't ballet and shit changes. Sometimes people just get knocked out. Well, there you go. So it has to be on a case-by-case basis. But yeah, there has been some instances that I've seen in time where you're just like, shit, what the fuck do we do now?
What is the referee's responsibilities when someone gets hurt?
Publicly to not see, I hate the X signal because everybody now knows what it is. Publicly, the referee should never let the people know that anything is wrong, even if you have to call it. If you call it because a guy is down and injured, that's a legitimate call in any kind of combat sport. So if the referee does it in a manner that doesn't instantly tell people, oh shit, I'm making this up and this is not what we're supposed to be doing, but the guy's really hurt, then you can get away with the referee stopping a fucking match because the guy's fucking hurt. It could happen. But sometimes it's guys' body language. As far as business-wise, not pertaining to the public, a referee's responsibility is when a guy tells him, because it's easier to tell the referee something than it is your opponent in a lot of cases, unless you're already in a hold or the guy's laying next to you. If you need to communicate with your opponent, the referee is a helpful conduit. If a guy says, I'm fucked up, then it's up to the referee to relay that definitely to his opponent, and also hopefully through some other signal that the individual promotion has. It's not so goddamn glaring. Oh shit. Because they put the X up when guys were really hurt. Like nobody's going to be able to figure that out. It's plain as the nose on your face.
Yeah.
And then they started using it as a work. So now you can't tell, but once again, it's just, oh, look, now they're trying to work us by making us think it's real. It's just blah, blah, blah. Every promotion can have their own signal. A good producer, I've done this. A guy just did it to me in MLW. Jim, if you can hear me in your headset, scratch your fucking head. I just scratched my head. And nobody else, maybe my head itches. Right? It's the same thing. Have a signal that the referee can communicate to the back. We're going to need some fucking help, or this guy's fucked up. He definitely needs to let the opponent know. And then, based on what's supposed to happen and how important it is, it just you have to figure out the best way about it, and everything's different. Anyway, that's that.
All right.